G'day, I'm Blxz and welcome back to Geneforge 5. Today we're heading into Perikalia. And I believe this is where General Alwyn is. Probably another one of those faction leaders. Let's have a look how this goes. You enter the city of Perikalia, the largest city in the Storm Plains. The western part of the city is centuries old, even predating the conquest of these lands by the Shapers. The eastern expanse of the city is far newer, a broad array of squat stone buildings to house the new settlers. Perikalia is bustling with activity. It is, more than any other city you've seen in Terrestria, on a war footing. Everywhere you look, you see soldiers, battle creations, and merchants bearing supplies. Yet, though the streets are bustling, the atmosphere is surprisingly quiet and tense. The people are active and purposeful, but afraid. You receive many nervous stares as you wander the city. Above the city to the west, you can see the Stormhold, a massive stone fortress. Once the home of the High Chieftain of the Plains, it now houses the commander of all Shaper forces in central Terrestria, General Alwyn. Let's have a talk to Preva. There is a servile walking around the dock area, sweeping the streets and cleaning up trash. As you're looking around, you notice her staring at you. Most people wouldn't have noticed, but you have far more experience than most dealing with serviles who are pretending to be dumb. This is one of them. You walk over to her. I greet you. I Preva. Sweep. She holds up her broom. Sweep? Sweep? You're not fooling me. Preva knows what you have seen. She is unwilling to confess anything to you. She knows that nobody here is going to execute her based on one stranger's suspicion. I Preva. Sweep. I sweep. Must sweep. Bye. I go now. She walks off. Ooh, come back here, Preva. I would like to speak with you, Servile. Okay. I'm working for the rebels. I'm looking for a contact. She looks up at you with tired eyes, trying to decide if she believes you. Finally, she sighs and pulls you off to the side. You should not talk to me. It's risk for both of us. Yes, I am smart, but I am no spy. I just talk to serviles, help them. I am no warrior. How long have you been in Perikalia? Not long, and I will not stay long. I want for a reason to go. What sort of reason? Someone suspecting me, or a servile to go save. Continues to sweep, silently cursing herself for allowing you to spot her. What'll happen if you get caught? I will die in pain. General Alwyn follows the old laws and is strict and harsh. He is all we rebelled against. What are you doing here? I am looking for serviles. Serviles with thoughts? No dumb ones. Serviles who are smart, despite the Shapers, who hate them and want to be free. I help them. How? I help them get to Meritev, through the mountain. Dangerous journey. Then I take them to the Shadow Road, and they go to safety. And then, sometimes, they come back to help others be free. Like me. Like you? Once, I was gatherer in swamps of Meritev. I knew, even when young, there was more, and I was not being given it. Then, I was taken on the road to a place where I was allowed to earn all I had missed. Then I come back. I risk my life so others have what I missed. That's all I wanted to know. Then I sweep more, I look more, and I hope you do not say you saw me. I have done nothing that should make me die. Probably not. I don't think I'm going to tell anyone. Brioni. G'day, Brioni. You approach the counter of the bar. The innkeeper watches you silently. When you are nearby, she stops hearing the shattered... What? Oh, she stops hearing the shattered commands of the other patrons. Her attention is entirely upon you. It is unnerving. She says, quietly enough that you have to struggle to hear her, I am Brioni. I would be happy to help you. How's business going? Very good. Rooms always full. Many hungry people waiting to be fed, and interesting too. I overhear the most fascinating things. Hear anything about me? She looks nervous. No. What was your name again? Yes. Can I get a room? I'm afraid they're all full. Many people have been passing through Perikalia lately. Soldiers, merchants, refugees. Every bed is full, day and night. Perhaps you could try tomorrow? Get something to eat. I don't need any of that. Anything interesting lately? Not much, just tales of the new rogues, creations made by rebels and thoughtlessly released into storm plains. Creations made only to reproduce quickly and to do harm. But that, I suppose, is what shaping leads to. What do you think of shaping? I admire it, of course. Like all of us under General Owen's control. Only the suicidal would question the wonderful world the shaping arts have made for us. Okay, what sort of creatures? There are the unbound, of course. There are swarms of bugs that are afflicting the farms. And there are the podlings, freakish creatures that spray energy in all directions, slowly wearing down those nearby. Creatures out of nightmares, and there'll be worse to come, I'm sure. I don't know how you get worse than the unbound. Those things are very dangerous. Bellick. G'day, Bellick. There is a man sitting alone in this corner of the inn, quietly sipping his ale and watching anyone who enters. People like this are easy to find in every city in Terrestria. Recruiters, looking for recruits to do all sorts of tasks. Not surprisingly, when you get close to his table, he motions for you to sit down. I am Bellick, he says. I am looking for someone to assist me. Completely legal. I pay well. I don't ask questions. I ask for you to do the same. Why are you interested in me? I heard a rumour that General Alwyn wanted to see you. Wanted you to do something. Word went out before you even reached the city gate. That makes you useful, and approved of by the council. Both are useful qualities. A legal job. Completely legal. Something that will benefit a shaper, I'm allowed to say. Who? He quietly sips his ale. Okay, tell me more. My employer was expecting a package. It was in a caravan. The caravan was going to Fort Rockfall, to the southeast. Then it was going to my employer. However, the caravan disappeared before it returned from the east. I want you to see if you can find out what happened to the caravan, and I want my master's package. Recover the package, and you'll be well paid. I might be able to do that. Tell me more. I can tell you that the item in question was a leather pouch. It contained 3 crystals, highly polished, about the size of your hand. Custom work, only worth a handful of coins to anyone but my employer. The caravan would have been on the road south and southwest of Fort Rockfall. Maybe the rogues got it, or bandits. That is all I know that might be of value to you. Yeah, okay, that'll do. I will hunt that down. I'm not particularly cared who I work for. I don't particularly care who I work for at the moment. It's just, shaper or not, he might be lying to me. I don't particularly care. I haven't picked a faction just yet. Refugee. Okay. Let's do the rest of the south of the city. Barge workers. There's a conga line there. Conga. I'm gonna stay in the city for now. Okay. Might be something here. What have we got? A lightning crystal. That sounds kind of cool. And a blessing crystal. Let's all go in here. You get in here too. You shut the door. And take whatever's not bolted down. Okay. That's all so far. Perikalia guard. Come on, fellas, get in. Is that 8 gold bars? Oh, wow, that's going to cash to it. And a shaped lance. I wonder if they've got a value. They've probably got a value of some sort, so I'll take it because I might be able to sell it at the very least. The pens to the west contain several battle creations. They are unhappy creatures. They've not been fed well or groomed properly. They are in no danger of going rogue, and yet their still being loyal and obedient only makes their unhappy state more bothersome. Okay. Warzana. What a terrible name that is. There is a lone, slovenly man sitting in his small office. All around him, you can see the tools he uses to control the miserable creations you saw in the pens outside. He slowly rises to his feet and says, "Welcome, I am Warzana. I am authorized by the shepherds to raise, train, and distribute creations. You look like someone who could use another creation." He gives you a broad smile. "I can make that happen, for a reasonable fee, of course." You look out for the creations outside. "I do. It is difficult, dangerous, and expensive. The creatures are ravenous. They are dangerous, but I look after them. It is how I serve the shapers." I think my accent has sort of wavered between Germany, Russia, and every other country in between. But doesn't matter. Let's go on. Let's keep fighting the good fight. And you let other outsiders use them? "Of course, for a fee. Then they can borrow one, set to guard a caravan, then they must return it to me, or report on its fate and pay an extra fee, of course, for the difficulties they have caused." You can charge outsiders to take creations. He looks annoyed. "This is a grey area in shepherd law. I suppose there is some question about whether I can profit or not, but the creations need to eat, and the feed is expensive. So, I can charge. I doubt that I end up with a profit out of the deal, and if I do, the shepherds have never acted concerned." Creations are in miserable shape. He starts to look nervous. "So you say. I'm sure you're not complete expert, and the shepherds have not complained. If they don't mind, why should you butt in?" You know what? That's probably going to be a rebel action, but I don't care. If you got creations, they're creations of war. These things need to be looked after because we're in a wartime environment right now, and this city is on the front lines. So you are mistreating them. They deserve better, and I'll make sure they get it. And it's rebels. I don't like this game sometimes in the fact that the alignments, the way they work, you've got to be a heartless bastard to be shaper. When I'm just pragmatic. I align with the shapers, but at the same time, you gotta look after your weapons of war. He looks suspicious. "That sounds a lot like rebel talk. Go ahead, take that to the commander. See how far you get." You prick. "I would like to rent a creation." "I am pleased to hear it. Of course, in these dangerous times, my stock is limited. I generally only have battle alphas and Atia. The cost is 300 coins, plus a 100 coin fee if the creation is lost. And you can return it to me at any time. Also, if you pay me, only to find that you are unable to command obedience from the trained war creations such as these, there are no refunds." I don't need anything else. "Alright, anything else you wish to know?" No. Don't particularly like it. I'm really not happy with that rebel thing. I don't want to go rebel because I want to join them. Although it may help the Trackovites a little bit. I'm still not sure who I'm going to join just yet. I think merchant. Who is that? That's the merchant. Can't take him. Hanover's Crafts. What is that? That's M. So M and D is unlock. It's good to know. Commander Lara. The Shapers use outsiders to communicate their wills and commands to the populace. These envoys had the tricky job of justifying the commands of their masters to the sometimes surly people. It doesn't make them popular, but they were well paid. In this time of rebellion, some of these commanders have been more careful and diplomatic in their dealings with the other outsiders. This woman, on the other hand, is still clearly convinced of the right of the Shapers to rule. She doesn't have any hesitation about doing her duty. "You! There! Stop!" she says. "I am Commander Lara," I can't even pronounce her own name, "of the Perikalia garrison. Your papers, now!" Not wanting to draw the wrath of the city of Perikalia at this point, you show them to her. She inspects them and hands them back to you. As I thought, I was asked to look for you. I have an important message. G'day, cat. Probably hear the cat again because my microphone seems to be well tuned to pick up the cat and nothing else. What's your message? I've received word directly from General Arwen in Stormhold. You were mentioned by name. A hint of envy in her voice is clear. You are to go to the Stormhold and see him personally, immediately. That is the message. I add myself that if you have angered him in some way, you should face your punishment now and not infuriate him further. I have seen the effects of the General's rage. It is best avoided. Yeah, I know, Cat. I know. I hear. I know, terrible accents. They're shocking, aren't they? Tell me about General Arwen. He is a full member of the Shaper Council and leader of all the forces in Storm Plains. He is also the scourge of the rebels and only one who has been able to halt their advance. Why does he want to see me? The General gives orders and I follow them. It is not my place, or yours, I might add, to question the Shapers. Where is the Stormhold? I know, it's a shocking accent. I'm sorry, Cat. She points at the valley leading up the city to the west. There are several huge stone buildings in it, partitioned from the lower city by a massive wall. To the west and up, you can see it from anywhere in Perikalia. This is where you need to go promptly. I'll go see him. Commander Lara nods. A wise choice. Whatever your opinions of the Shapers, the attention of their leaders generally leads to great preferment. Since you seem significant, I will not have Arwen think that I withheld information from you. Is there anything else you would discuss? I'm looking for word. Oh, there you go. I'll tell her about the rebel spy. Would I? Do I want to be a suck up? No, I don't particularly like this woman, so I'm not going to suck up to her. Bandit Benhold. There we go. You tell Commander Lara what you've learned about Benhold. You have her attention. Like many in my position, I have my doubts about whether Benhold exists. I think that he's a legend, like this Trakov some rebels going about. Still, since you've been hunting him, I would enlist you. What you say ties in with other intelligence I have received. This is an unusually well-organised pack of bandits along the river to the southeast. They could use killing. You'll be paid. If you learn that they have contact with this Benhold, I would like to know about that too. How can I find their camp? It may take some care and stealth. They have been difficult to find. Where have they been sighted then? South and southwest of Fort Rockfall, which is exactly where the caravan went missing. I have another question. I feel that Morzana is treating the creation to his care. Commander nods. I agree, and yet our resources are limited. General Arwen has made it clear that our main problem is not being too lax with creations. I will deal with this one day. For now, Morzana does his job. I'm looking for work. She nods. I think that you've been sufficiently loyal to the Shapers to earn my trust. We have recently had a new problem. The rebels have created a new, large variety of insect pest. It eats our crops and attacks our serviles. Sergeant Roswell, in the East Field, has been asking for help dealing with the infestation. You are the help I am going to send. Go there and speak with him. I've spoken to him and he has given me a stinky thing. Can I know more about General Arwen? Commander Lara says, you've been travelling. You can be forgiven for not knowing about the hero of the Storm Plains. General Arwen has fought the rebellion since its very first day. When the Unbound were unleashed, the Shapers reeled. They lost much of their land. They were starting to become nervous. It was Arwen's leadership from Stormhold that turned the tide. Shapers were nervous. How? I would never criticize the Shapers, but I will say that in that time of great darkness and confusion, some of them might have been considering becoming less than true to their grand ideals. Now that conditions are improving, the loyal Shapers are working to correct, or, if necessary, purge the disloyal elements. None of this concerns us. Where is General Alwyn from? There is not a soul in the Stormplains who has not heard of General Alwyn's courage on the first day of the rebellion. How, as a mere student of shaping, he helped defend his school from a horde of rebels and rogues and rebels. He escaped that nest of traitors and found glory in the campaigns of Eastern Terrestria. And now he is a leader, having risen to that post despite the grievous injuries he has suffered. Oh, that's interesting. I was not aware he'd suffered grievous injuries. Although I never finished Geneforge 4 right to the very end. So I don't know what happened there. So something may have happened. He leads from Stormhold. She looks sad. As sure as I am that he would love to lead the charges against the rebels himself, he was horribly injured in an assault on a Drakon stronghold. He barely survived and was left... She stops speaking for a moment, then she says, I have said more than is needed. What makes him so effective? Unlike many Shapers, he has been more strict in enforcing the laws of the Shapers, not less. He realizes that laxity has been the cause of the problems. The Shapers can only lead successfully if they are truly effective in controlling access to and use of their powers. She looks you in the eye. Don't you agree? I do actually. I think the Shaper rules are the only things that can control the issues, and everything's gone wrong when the laws have been broken or bent. So, yes, I do agree. Pleased, she makes a note of your comment. No doubt Stormhold will hear of it. You show loyalty. I am confident that Alwyn will prove you right. I don't think she actually spoke that top bit, but it doesn't matter. Pretend she did. Whatever, that'll do for now. Commander nods. Safe travels to you. Remember, faith in the Shapers will be rewarded. The conversation ends. Eastfield Bugs. The River Bandits. Wait, hang on, I didn't catch Eastfield Bugs. Hires Wandering Adventures. Pay to travel to fields east of town. Okay, so I've got to head back to that place I was before. Possibly. Oh, where was it? Eastfield Bugs. Travel field and find... Oh, okay, no, so I just speak to him. So I already have spoken to him, and I don't know what he wants me to do exactly. So M and D. What do we got up here? Gold coins. No one saw me take that, I don't think. Golden goblet. If I can get past these guys. And we're back out. Let's have a look down here then quickly before I end this episode. Bartol. As you greet the proprietor of the shop, you think that he sense a hint of disapproval. It's subtle, but he does not approve of you. When he speaks, you find that he has a slight and unfamiliar accent. Welcome to my... Oh, I don't know. Slight. I can't do a slight accent. Everything I do is pretty ham-fisted. Welcome to my shop. I am Bartol. We sell the finest natural goods. We have done so here for many years. I would be proud to serve you. Let me see your natural goods. Right. Bartol sells what he calls natural goods. By this he means he doesn't sell any made or bred by Shapers, okay? What are natural goods? I sell nothing made by Shapers. No essence, no living tools, no batons. Only thing from nature and from uncorrupted human hands. His dislike of Shaper work might explain his unease around you. Why don't you sell Shaper goods? Once the Shapers came to our lands, they brought the things they created. Most of us in the end accepted our new rulers. Others kept their old ways alive for many generations. Do you like those who use Shaper goods? He chuckles dryly. That would make my world a lonely one indeed. If I hated anyone who ever ate onk, I respect their choices. I expect them to respect mine. Bartle continues to show you his wares. Occasionally when he's distracted, his lower lip curls down slightly in distaste. Can I sell you something? Let's unload these things. Ooh, it's a bit of money there. 600. Get rid of that. 125, it's not bad. I don't remember to use this. Up here on the curing board. And I actually put this up here as well. The essence pod down here. So I remember to use them sometimes. Nothing spectacular here. Anyway, I am going to call this episode. It's running on. I think we're at 26 minutes now. So, I've been Blxz. This has been Geneforge 5. Make sure to like and subscribe. Help the channel grow. And I will see you all next time. Take care.